We can allow our boys to just go and play anywhere they want, but we want our girls to be right in front of our eyes 24/7. Why? Fear of child abuse? Then let me tell you that child sexual abuse can happen to anyone irrespective of gender. Both boys and girls need equal amount of love and care and support and attention and protection.
And it goes a little something like
Nalini, Resha, Kanchana, how are you all?
I'm good. What about you, ma'am?
I'm good. Hi, everybody. Hi. So, where are you all from? So, just a quick intro, like, where are you all from? Odisha, okay, US, Delhi, Haryana,
Ahmedabad.
Wow. Wow. So I was born in Kolkata and was brought up in Madhya Pradesh, and then my studies were in Andhra Pradesh, and then right now I am in Coimbatore. So I'm like a mixture khichdi. So that's the reason why I wanted to know. Okay. So I would give you some examples to first understand what is gender inequality or discrimination. So you will have a clear idea of what actually is gender neutral parenting. Yeah. So, for example, a family of four, say mom, dad, and son and a daughter, they are sitting in a living room, and say the two teenagers, the brother and the sister, they were saying to her mom, like, Ma, we want to go out and play. So can we? So her mom says, like, Riya, you know that today guests are coming and I want you to help me in kitchen. And Saurav, you can just go out and play. You will find someone in the ground. You can just go out and play. So Riya is like, Ma, please, even I want to go and play. So Ma says that, Beta, you have to learn this basic, home chores. So otherwise, what will society say? They'll say that her mom has not taught her anything. So this is one very common example where you would have come across it n number of times. So what I mean to say is, we as parents, whatever we say, whatever we do is like consciously or unconsciously or subconsciously, it is impacting our society and the world. See, basically inequality gets learned, equality needs teaching. Agree with me, everybody? So here, the next thing I want to share is that why is there so much pressure on men to be the breadwinner of the family? So much pressure. I want to show you the statistics, suicide statistics. If we go by, suicide rate of men is 3.5 times higher than the women. And out of all the suicide cases, almost 70% are by men. Just imagine, 70%. So why is there so much pressure that men, they choose to take their life than facing the societal pressure or the society? So much pressure to do tough jobs, high paying jobs. And in case of failure, in case of, earning good amount of money or good job, they are stamped on their face that they are not eligible for marriage. They are rejected by the, girl's family and stuff like that. So I feel it's very unfair. I feel it's very taunting. Don't you think so? Yes. So, okay, one more example is that, let's say Kiran's 2-year-old loves to play with kitchen set and Mansi's 7-year-old loves to play with football. Okay. So now 99% of you might have thought that Kiran is having a girl child and Mansi is having a boy child. Now, what if I tell you that Kiran is having a boy child and yes, he loves to play with kitchen set, and Mansi is having a girl child and yes, she loves to play with football. As a child is born, when a child is born in a family, so usually what do we ask? Is it a girl child or a boy child? Right? So what my question is, do we have separate sets of things to say based on the gender of the child? Or were we waiting to celebrate the gender of the child? Or we are happy celebrating because a child is born in the family? Okay, let me tell you my personal experience. Okay, so when I was pregnant, so almost everybody who I came across, they were like, pakka, it is a boy baby, pakka. So like everybody, even my maid, though she was like every day, she used to tell me that I am experienced since ages to this, gender predictions, and I am never wrong, and you will pakka have a boy baby. Maybe she was buttering, I don't know, whatever it is. But even my mom was so specific about, male baby. Throughout my 9 months, I was listening to all this boy baby stuff. And at the end of on the big day, on the day, on my date of delivery, when the nurse came and told me that it's a baby girl, so first thing that came in my mind was the upset face of my mother. I'm not blaming anybody, but I just could not live that moment. I just could not enjoy that moment. And I regret it even now. Wanted a baby. I don't, not a girl, not a boy, just a human, another human baby whom I can love and, cherish and, raise as a part of my family. So there are, certain things that trigger me. What triggers me is, why is our society always judgmental about the sex of the child? Why people expect the first child to be a boy? Why people still think that one boy and one girl makes a family complete? Why can't just a child, two boys, two girls make a family complete? So these things I have never understood what's the reason behind. But when I gave birth to a girl child, many people were like, we would have been more happy if it was a boy child. Or they were saying like, just because you gave birth to a girl child, your in-laws didn't turn up, or your husband is not beside you, and stuff like that, blah blah, whatever it is. They have their own reasons for not being able to attend me. But what my question is, we as mothers, do we have any role in deciding the sex of the baby? No, right? So it was me who was carrying my baby for the entire 9 months. It was me who was experiencing the baby birth. And out of nowhere, why are these people having opinions on the gender of my baby? Is it anyway related to them or affecting them? No. The disagreements or the celebrations or the joy, everything belongs to parents, right? So like whatever Suditya's first milestones were there, where will be the same even if I gave birth to a baby boy, right? But today, whatever it is, today as a mother, I am very happy. I enjoy every moment with my child. I cherish them, her first smile, her first crawling, her first steps, first tooth, all these things. I just enjoy being a mother of her. So I personally didn't feel any difference between a baby boy or whatever it is. The joy is unique, right? So from that point onwards, I decided that if at all I have to congratulate a new parent, instead of saying congratulations, it's a boy, congratulations, it's a girl, I rather say that congratulations, it's a child, it's a bundle of happiness. You know, let's start with such small changes. Let's start with baby steps towards gender neutral parenting. I feel that it's not very easy, but at the same time it's not very difficult. Agree? Yes. So there are certain things that really piss me off. Like they say men are insensitive. No, my husband is not. They say women are bad drivers. No, my sister is not. They say all men love sports. I don't know who said that. And they say all women love shopping and gossiping. So, no, I personally hate gossiping. So, we can add on to this list saying that, women are not involved in the financial decisions, or, to make important decisions in the family. They can't manage their finances and stuff like that. Right? So let's just find out like where the actual problem is starting from. Like where exactly, what is the root cause of this problem? Like it has grown into a very big tree, but what is the root? We just cannot, shake off the entire tree at a time. No, but let's understand from where exactly these things are starting. Okay. So it's a boy, says the nurse. And from that point onwards, from that particular point onwards, subtle stereotyping starts, right? From that point onwards, we start gifting a baby boy with cars and trucks, preferably blue, never pink. And as a boy grows up, we say that don't cry like a girl. So the boy understands that, oh, okay, if expressing feelings means to be girlish. So the boy learns eventually to suppress the feelings. The boy is uh, asked to be strong, to be to be strong, to be like manly, and to develop typical boy interests like sports and managing money and managing outside works, fixing the fans and things like that. And he's obviously he's not allowed to go into kitchen, and the cooking and serving things are not allowed. So he's expected to set very high career options, very high, not like teaching and counseling, because they are meant to be for girls, it seems. So a man is not supposed to be expressing and asking for help, because it will question their masculinity, it seems. Come on, that's how we have been raising our boys, isn't it? Okay, not if not we, that's how the society is. Agree? So, but on the other hand, if we see that, okay, if the nurse says that it's a girl baby, so immediately all the statistics changes, like it's a U-turn. And immediately, the baby's room will be decorated in all pink, and all the cute dolls will be brought in, right? And obviously, sadly, in India, she is inferior to the boy child, and she's expected to be very calm, and she's imposed that good manners of being calm and humble and sacrificial and subtle. She should not fight like boys, she should not laugh aloud, stuff like that. And she has to develop but that unique, that one, what to say, the typical girl interest, like music and that singing and dancing and cooking and sewing and stuff like that. And she'll be constantly, their parents will be telling her that this is not your house, you will eventually go to some other house. And they'll start saving for her dowry from small, when she is very small itself. So things like that. So and ultimately the girl's aim should be to become a homemaker or a mother, right? So that's how it is. And there are many, the shocking thing is there are many places in India still where girls are sent to government schools and boys are sent to private schools. And we can allow our boys to just go and play anywhere they want, but we want our girls to be right in front of our eyes 24/7. Why? Fear of child abuse? Then let me tell you that child sexual abuse can happen to anyone irrespective of gender. Both boys and girls need equal amount of love and care and support and attention and protection. Yeah. So yes, Neha, even not only you, all of us have grown in the same way. All of us have seen all these things in our, the entire how many ever years we have lived. So yes, we all are in the same boat. So so yes, what I want to say is there are top dancers who are male. There are top chefs who are male. There are n number of, success stories of women who have climbed the top of, peak of mountains and dive depths, oceans depths. There are n number of success stories. So this is what we need to tell our kids now. I just wonder sometimes that how much these people would have struggled to, break these stereotypes and come out victorious in this world, which is full of gender-based rules and regulations. Okay, so now think about this, that who decides and defines masculinity and feminism? Does this gender defines roles and functions at home, workplace, and community? Are both boys and girls intellectually gifted, or is it confined to a single sex? So can the societal roles of husband and wife can be shared, interchanged? So basically, what is gender equal parenting is a kind of parenting which gives equal ease of access of, to resources and opportunities, regardless of gender. So as parents or as individuals, we should provide the ease of access to resources and opportunities, regardless of gender. Okay, so how to implement and how it benefits. So Devi is like, even now also my mom won't allow me to go far. Yeah, happens. Even my mom won't allow. But yes, I'm fighting it. Yes, I too was not allowed to do anything, but now, yeah, right. Eventually we are slowly getting out of those things, right? I'm happy. Yeah.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I think, we all agree with that our moms were always protecting us in the sake of saying that, okay, you're a girl. But I think we understood that it's wrong right now. And with this generation, I think our next generation girls will not be saying these things, right? They would be proudly saying, my mom was was never differentiating between a boy and a girl. She gave me the equal opportunities and equal respects and everything that she would ever give a boy. I think that's the change that.
Exactly. So the thing is, I just wonder sometimes, instead of stopping me to go out, instead of, limiting my things, if she would have taught me how to face it, how to face the world, maybe I would have been more confident, and maybe I would have been grown even more, even fully. I feel sometimes, but okay. At least we can do it now. Yeah. Anshika says, this is by my father's side. My mom is always supporting me. I'm really proud being a daughter. Wow. Then you are lucky. Then you are lucky. So yeah, how it benefits and why to implement. So the first question is why, and then we will look into, how to implement. Okay, what are the steps that we can take? So basically, why to implement is, I believe that we all are born to be happy. We all are born, we all want equal rights to live, right? So what I feel is, if we can't change whatever has happened till now, but because we have the power, now because we have the power, or maybe, it's not necessary to be a mother to implement these things. First thing, you can, as an individual of the society, you can take, you can make little things, the little changes from your side as well. It's not like I'm just speaking because I'm a mother, and we all have the power in our hands to raise the generations. So let's just break these stereotypes. Let everything start from us, because the problem is here. Subconsciously or unconsciously, we have certain things rooted in us, so that frame has to be changed. So somehow we were molded according to society's expectations of how to dress, how to show up, what to become, and how to be, how not to be, all these kinds of gender based rules. But now let's just break through, because we have got the power. We have the power to change. It's okay from my side if I'm doing little, if your side you're doing little, eventually after some time we will see a change in this, society and this world. So what I mean to say is, let's not restrict kids. Let's not restrict kids, because I feel like, for example, if we see kids as a plant, okay, as a flower, and as a bud, say as a bud, and if we want the bud to bloom, and if we want, and we have n number of rules and restrictions for the bud to bloom, okay, so if we want the bud to bloom like this, or some, bend like this, so something like that. So if we restrict the natural growth, if we restrict the natural ability of the flower to bloom, maybe somehow because of your efforts, you will be able to open the petals, but you will not be able to make the flower to spread the fragments. So we will miss out on the natural fragments, you know. So what I mean to say is, let our kids be more confident in choosing their career. Let's just give. So for that is the main reason of us to start implementing this. Okay. So what are some ways to make your home gender equal? Okay. So let's look at the first point. That's the share the care work, no gender-based rules. Okay. So see, basically, I believe that family, a home should be the primary place where the, changes should start. And parents are the, we have the parents, or, as an individuals, we can be role model of how things should be. Like, for example, I have my girl is 3 years old, and she sees that when mom is in work, or when mom is not feeling well, so she sees that dad comes in action. He does whatever he can, like he will clean the house and put things in place, or the cooking work, or whatever he can. And she has also seen mom being a part of some important discussions, family discussions, or financial discussions. She has seen it. Okay. So like, sometimes when my husband is not available, okay, so I take her to the park, I take her for the nature walk. Or when I am busy, like when I am into some work, she and her father enjoy the dishwashing, anything, everything, the kitchen stuff, everything. So in my house, we have kept a rule, like no job is less, or no job is prestigious. All jobs are equal. Like every minute housework is equal, everything is important, and according to our availability. And we basically are doing out of love for each other, and we as a family, right? So of course, this has not changed in a day. It has took me 4 long years for setting the all these things. But yes, now the things are changing little by little. Yes. So as per our convenience and availability, we just take up the charge and do whatever it is, like whatever work it is. So like, for example, for husbands, it might be little irritating when the wives are not able to give them food at time. Or like, as wives, it might be little irritating when we want urgent groceries, but the man is not at home, he's not available. So what I suggest is, let's learn. Let's learn. Learning is always fun. And when we learn, initially we'll be like, we will be happy to be in our comfort zones. But once we step out and learn, Once we step out step into a bank and understand how the loan process, and once you do things independently, unknowingly that confidence builds up, that yes, you can. And when your child is seeing you trying out new things, and your child is seeing you things that, okay, there are no gender based roles in this house. Everybody does everything. So eventually it will impact, eventually they'll also grow the same way, So, yeah, that's the thing. That's how we can set an example for them. Okay, so fighting gender stereotypes, including your own. Okay, so as I said, that everything is here in our mind, so we have to change that frame of belief in us. For example, I have seen some parents, like if the kid is choosing any girly toy, like if a boy is choosing any girly toy, the parents are more offended. They will be like, no, 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 let's take a car or things like that. If it's a girl's mom, she'll be like, this is more cute now, why do you want? No, that's not good for you. This is, they get more offended. So what I mean to say is, let's just give the freedom to a child to analyze what he wants to try out, what color he wants to wear, and what toy he wants to try. Let's give that time. Like when I go to shopping, or when I take my daughter for a shopping, I just leave her to, like, I have, like, so many times I have bought her stuff from boys section, and that's okay. It doesn't matter for me. So the things, the little things have to start from our side. We should be okay with it first, because I feel that we put up boundaries and cages, but the kids, they don't have such prejudices. We are setting things into there. We are injecting, most of the times, we are injecting our insecurities. We are injecting our rules. We are injecting our stereotypic thinking into them. They are pure souls, So yeah, basically, we have to create an atmosphere where it's okay for a boy, to be interested in fairy tales, and it's okay for a girl to be playing with, cars and trucks and all the mechanical stuff. We want to set up an environment where it's okay for a daddy to be a daddy to not fear telling his insecurities, and it's okay for we have to create such an environment where a mom is not afraid to be strong, an environment where the kid is freely expressing the likes and dislikes and interests and anything and everything. So we need to create that environment. Number 3 is mind your words. Like, if you are speaking bad of your wife in front of your kids, then let's stop doing that. And if you're speaking bad of your husband in front of your kids, let's stop doing that. Because your child is observing you. They are like a sponge. Like how if we dip the sponge in mud water, it will just absorb all the mud water. If we dip a sponge in color water, it will just absorb all the color, the single color. If we dip a sponge in, normal distilled water, fresh water, pure water, it will just absorb that. So we as parents, instead of teaching them then that respect women or stuff like that, let's do it. Let we be the role model of, if a father is respecting a mother, if a mother is respecting a father, eventually the child will respect his or her future relationships, right? So we need to be very mindful of what we are talking, because when I take Suditya, for a walk, and she sees me, how me being humble to service people, and I always tell that like, no job is less, every job has to be respected, every gender has to be respected. So we do that in the house, and we are very careful how we are projecting ourselves, in front of our kids. That's very important. So yes, gender is not an excuse. I know one, my relative, they have a son, and he's like, he'll hit everybody. He'll hit his parents, he'll hit grandparents, he'll hit everybody coming home, everybody he'll hit. So and the response is like, they'll pamper him like anything, because it's a boy child and very precious, and they won't correct only. But you know what, doing this, we are encouraging that violent behavior, we are normalizing it, and it will grow, you know going forward, it will grow. So gender is not an excuse, first thing. And let's use gender neutral terms. Like, instead of saying that chairperson, policeman, salesman, instead of that man and woman words, let's just put person, salesperson, chairperson. Like, instead of saying that there are girls and boys playing in the ground, you can say there are kids or there are children playing in the park. Let's use that gender neutral terms. So doing this, they'll understand that not all men are muscular with all the bodybuilding stuff, and not all women roam around in princess dresses. No, they don't exist, right? They don't exist. So let's just be very practical and show that that is not the world. This is the world. It is gender neutral. So basically, gender equality does not mean there are no differences between genders. It simply means that everyone should be given equal opportunities and treatment, so our kids can fly with their full potential. And also, gender equality is not specifically for boys or specifically for girls. It's for everyone. So that's about it. We can take any questions. I'll just stop sharing it. Oh, there are so many chats. Okay.
No, there is the question where she says that, Samaj, my son is 7-year-old, though we don't encourage him to disgrade girls. He himself, with his friends, he always refused to play with girls and hesitant to buy any girl toys. So, yeah, you do that.
So basically, the thing is, actually, I left a very important question, but I'm expecting it to come from you guys so that I can answer. But yes, so if we go by whatever is happening, I believe that somewhere the things are wrong from our sides as adults. Somewhere the things are wrongly absorbed by the child. But that's okay. Like, you can always tell the kids that all colors are equal, all genders are equal. And gender division is not based on abilities or anything. It's just because of the country we are living in. It's just because of the society we are living. I'm not saying gender is not important. It's important. It's very important. But gender is not, the thing is, we need to understand that the child need to understand that what gender he is. That's it. Apart from that, no other use. Yeah. So we can always try. We can always start the process from any age. You're on mute, I guess, Padmaja.
Yeah. So I do have a question before anybody asks any other question. So it's important for me to, for you to cover this from my side. That I think most of the parents or grandparents, what they feel that they don't acknowledge, or they're afraid to say it out loud, is that when a guy tends to play with tries to put on a mum sari, or tries to put on a lipstick, that he looks at his mom doing that, or chooses a pink color, or something. These things, they feel that if we encourage them doing that, they might turn out to be a gay, right? So I actually want to say that it doesn't work like that. It doesn't happen like that. And what's there is there, and being gay is not wrong, and being lesbian or gay, these are just the labels that we've put. Everybody is human enough. I think one fear that you can remove it, that from yourself, is that just by playing with Sally doesn't make them, because they're looking at you as a mother doing that, and they're mesmerized towards it, and they love that. That's all. And they like the colors. So obviously, when you put on the lipstick, so they want to try it on, right? And when they see you handling your baby, sibling, they are more drawn to do that same, give the same care to the dolls. It doesn't mean that they become gay. And when I think this is the fear that always the past generation, fear of the past generations that they have, they don't say it out, right? They just fear that, okay, oh, he's going to turn into gay. So I want you to address that, as a question from my side.
So I would like to ask that, okay, if at all the child turns gay or lesbian, so would you leave the child? So the thing is, kids are great imitators. Okay, they'll just imitate whatever you do. Not only you, if the kid is seeing a monkey, the kid will start acting like a monkey. It doesn't mean he will turn into a monkey. So the thing is, you never know if he's trying on a makeup. You never know, the child may turn into a makeup artist. You never know. So if we limit their interests, you're limiting their career options as well, which I think is not fair. This world is full of opportunities. This world is full of things to explore. Let's give them that opportunity to fly. That let's give them the opportunity to take career options, whatever they want, whatever they want. Why? A man cannot be a makeup artist. A man cannot be a sari drapist. No. See, if you are not interested in certain stuff, you cannot tell your child that don't do that. You never know what beautiful thing is going to happen. So just let them, let them soak. Let them soak. You just enjoy the presence. You just enjoy the feel of your child learning things. If possible, learn with them. That's what I would say. I personally love to go with the flow. So that's how it is. So guys, you can post your questions.
Yeah, Divya, Katie here. I have
Hi.
a question. Hi.
Yeah.
So Divya, I just want to ask you that I'm not working, I'm non-working, and my husband is working. So he's having a very hectic and a busy schedule. So on weekend, I feel myself that he should take rest and relax because he's having a very hectic and busy schedule. So, how can I set an example? Like
Okay.
my daughter is, yeah,
Yeah,
somebody.
Kirti, please go ahead.
Yeah, so my question is that how to set an example for my daughter because she's not seeing that environment that where he's also helping me. Though he's very cooperative, everything is fine at our home. We are not doing any differences. She's the only child, but still, I feel that we are not showing some example, like he's working for me and I'm doing some other work. So I'm confused how to show her things.
Okay. So yes, like the thing is, as like being in a part of a family, like you and your husband need to be in sync on the same page to start with. So if your husband is okay with the things that you want to the new things that you want to incorporate in your family as a whole, so if he doesn't have a problem, then even you can start things from your side. The things is like the minute things that I said, that instead of mentioning boys or girls or all these stereotype things that we discussed, you can say that, like, keep pointing on things like, see, like a doctor, there can be a lady doctor as well, there can be a lady pilot as well, there can be lady engineers as well, there are male nurses as well. By pointing all these, you are making them understand that there are no gender specific professions.
Yeah,
All professions are meant for everybody, so
yeah,
all
that
colors
we
are
are doing. That all we do. So is there any other way we can teach her something, maybe through books or some videos, or it should just let go with the flow?
I would suggest that it's always good to go with the flow, but provided the environment should be gender neutral. For example, if you're going for a nature walk, or you are going for a stay in nature or something like that, give equal opportunity to trek and do things that even boys will do, that maybe you have not done while you were being raised, but you can also learn with them. And you never know, maybe your child will interested in mountaineering or things. You just have to provide that environment as parent. That's all I would say. And just go with the flow. Let the child try out everything, and out of that, let the child choose what they want to be and what they want to become.
Okay. Thank you so much, Divya.
Yes, Kiti.
Hi, I'm a mother of a 5-month-old kid,
Okay.
and I want to teach my son to respect women actually. So I'm just working to break down all the stereotypical elements in my family. So it's good to teach about the gender
Yes.
neutral thing to
Yes.
a child, and
Hmm.
what about the environment that he is living. So my husband itself is a big barrier to break down the stereotypical thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
So how can I incorporate such things to him?
So yeah, I understood. This was the exactly the question that I was waiting for, because this is a very important question. And I would really admire you, Sneha, for trying to break things. That's the biggest, that
Actually,
needs
he's
the biggest.
treating me inferior. Uh, so it really hurts me, and I doesn't want another woman to get hurt like me. So I doesn't want to. Uh, treat a woman like me again. Get. Oh, I'm sorry. Really sorry. I'm just
No
No,
stammering.
that's
problem,
okay.
no
No
problem,
problem.
no
No problem.
problem.
I
We all do
understood. Yeah,
that.
you can speak.
I don't want to spoil another generation and
Yes.
another woman to suffer like me. That's the point.
Yes, Neha, I understand.
You
See,
you can
yes.
talk in Tamil, right? Divya knows Tamil. If you're a Tamilian, you can ask
Yes.
and say things in Tamil.
Shall I?
Yeah, yeah. You can say.
ஆக்சுவலி அதான் என்னோட ஹஸ்பண்ட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரொம்ப இன்ஃபீரியராக தான் நான் ட்ரீட் பண்ணுவார். ஸோ அதனால தான் என்னோட ஐடியா என்னாச்சுன்னா, ஐ ஹாவ் அ சன். ஸோ ஐ டோன்ட் வாண்ட் மை சன் டு பி லைக் மை ஹஸ்பண்ட். அதுதான் நான் இனிஷியலாக நான் யோசிச்சது. ஸோ அதனால தான் நான் இந்த ஒர்க் ஷாப் அட்டன் பண்ணினதும் கூட. அதனால தான் இந்த ஒர்க் ஷாப் அட்டன் பண்ணினேன். அண்ட் வாட் ஐ ஹவ் அப்சர்வ் ஃப்ரம் மை ஹஸ்பண்ட் இஸ், அவரோட பியர் குரூப்ஸ் தான் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரொம்ப இன்ஃப்ளூயன்சராக இருப்பாங்க. இந்த ஸ்டீரியோடைபிக்கல் எலிமெண்ட்ஸை வந்து இன்கார்பரேட் பண்றதுல மோர் தென் ஹிஸ் பேரண்ட்ஸ். ஸோ இப்ப வந்து என்னோட சன் வந்து வளர்ந்து இப்ப ஒரு கம்யூனிட்டிக்குள்ள என்ன பேரண்ட் சர்க்கிள்ல இருந்து ஒரு கம்யூனிட்டிக்குள்ள என்டர் ஆகும் பொழுது, ஸ்கூலுக்குள்ள போகும்பொழுது ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கலி வில் பி கெட்டிங் தட் ஸ்டீரியோடைபிக்கல் திங்ஸ். நோ, ஸோ ஹவு கேன் வி பிரேக் தட்? ஸோ நம்ம என்னதான் சொல்லி கொடுத்தாலும் அதை அவங்க பார்த்து ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் கிட்ட இருந்து இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸ் பண்ணிக்குவாங்கல்ல. ஸோ ஹவு கேன் வி சேஞ்ச் தட்?
Okay, so basically, Sneha, what I would say is first, maybe you can just you can just talk to him, and you can just know first that what he means by gender equal parenting. Like, what is his understanding? How far is he, understand? Like, he also wants the child to be like that, or like, you don't have to offend him, but what I mean to say is, what is his understanding related to gender equal parenting? So okay, if you are able, if you are making your husband to understand, and if still the things are not changing, remember that a mother is the biggest inspiration of any child, let it be a girl child or a boy child. So whatever you are the biggest influencer in your child's life. So whatever you say, so you would have observed that, for example, if in my case, okay, when in my childhood my mom was telling, like, okay, her sister-in-law is not good, my atta, so she was not good, or like this thing, or your what to say, party does all these things to me. So if she says this now, so even if I have not seen actually those things happening, or if I have not seen why, a child will not find out why the things are wrong or why she is bad. I automatically got that negative vibes. I automatically understood that, okay, they are not good. So I used to maintain my distance. So even now, so just understand how important a mother's role is in, telling the constructing, positive frames around the child. It's very important. So as a mother, you have the power to change. You keep telling things, because the child will, the child is very pure. Okay, very pure. So however you want to mold, you can mold it. Even the child will understand. Even the child is intelligent enough to, as the child will grow, they'll understand what are positive vibes and what are negative vibes. Whatever is affecting my mom, whatever my mom is not feeling good about, so the child will think about it. If for example, someone, your husband or anybody has scolded you, or made you to, insulted you, or things like that, and you are feeling bad, so your child will make out, your child will understand that mama doesn't like to be, uh, she's upset because things are not good, or like something is not right. They will understand. And when you discuss it, I'm not saying say bad on your husband or things like that, but when you discuss it, that your feelings, that I personally don't like it when things are like this, so the child will eventually understand, and eventually the child will respect every other girl in his life, or whoever it is. So the child will automatically learn to respect the other gender. So it's totally on over to you. Like, you don't have to feel like, I understand that effect will be there, but you also have the power more than anybody else. So you can change it.
Yes, thank you, and I'm working on that. And now I have started to tell my kid, you are a good kid, instead of telling you are a good boy.
Wow.
That's
I think
I'm
everybody
practicing
should
it.
clap for, these small things matter a lot. I really
Yes.
appreciate you for that. Very nice, very nice.
But Divya, I wanted to say something on this, not about the parenting at all, but as a family, right? So we've gone through mother and father they telling us what to do, and we've done that. And after that, we got married, and then our husbands or in-laws will tell us how to do and what to do and all those things. And we have been told that we should respect them no matter what. If they're wrong, doesn't matter. We have to still respect them. But I'll tell you one thing: when you stand up for yourself, I'm not asking you to fight with them. I'm not asking you to shout at them. I'm not asking you to say bad things about them. But when you actually stand up and say, when there is a fight is happening, or when your husband or anybody is treating you ill or different, you stand up and say that I don't like to be treated this way. I don't appreciate this. And make sure that your kid is listening to that. When you stand up for yourself, he knows that you're standing up for yourself. That means a girl should stand up for themselves. That way you are slowly telling them, I don't want you to shout, I don't want you to, because what happens is, like, these kind of men, they do have ego, and more than making sense to them, more than understanding their point of view, or more than them changing, I think we need to be cautious about their boosting ego. I know that we shouldn't, it's not our job to boost their ego, but what happens is, like, for you to have a happy day without having much of the disturbances, make sure to not tell that, just say that I deserve to be respected. That's all I ask for. I'm not asking for anything else. I'm just asking for a respect, so that my kid will learn to respect me and also his wife in future, or any other girl. So when you do these things, they will learn. Only through example they will learn. No matter how many books, no matter who teaches them, or whatever animations or videos that you show them, they always look at you and learn more than anything else. So thank you so much for doing this, because it takes so much to open up and say these things, that what you're going through and that you wanted to change. And thank you so much for that. And please text me if there's anything, and I'm sure Divya would also be able to help you whenever you you need any advice.
Absolutely,
you just ping us at any
absolutely.
time.
Very well said, Padmaja. And one small thing I would like to add to it, that Sneha, like, if you're feeling, like, the thing is, na, these things will trigger you. Even I understand, because even I have gone through it. I don't deny it. But when you do things that you love, when you start doing things that you love, you will be happy from inside. You will be content from inside. So when that happens, others' intentions, others' feelings, others, words won't affect you. You, as a mother, you should be happy within yourself. So find out what makes you happy. Not apart from the child part is okay, but as individual, what you like. So if you do that, if you start doing that, even if I understand it's a hectic, being a infant's mom, it's really hectic. But then, even if for the 10 or 15 minutes, if you're doing things that you love, painting or whatever it may be, so slowly, that happiness will fill you so much that at some point things won't bother you. And if you are clear, if you are happy, if you're you are full of contentment, you're a happy mother for your child, and that serves everything. That will be the solution of everything. Your child just needs you to be happy and not bothered, and later on everything will be just sorted, believe me.
Yes, initially I was struggling a lot, but now I have learned to be happy, and I'm a happy mother to my kid.
Eventually people will come and flow with you, don't worry.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And so I think the time is up, but if you guys have any questions, please drop in right now.
Can I have a question?
Yes.
I'm Samaj Banu. I'm from Coimbatore. So I have a son. He is 7 years old. My problem is, I don't know, the problem is from my side, or kid will I'm sure that the problem is not from the kid side. The problem is from my side. I agree that, and but the thing is, due to the lockdown, kids are always at home. So gradually, I lost patience, and my son, till he was in UKG, he was very, how to say, he was not adamant. He was very polite, very disciplined, kind of. And I was into gentle parenting. I have a daughter and a son. My daughter, the difference of age between the two is 16 years. So my daughter is doing PG right now, and he is 7 year old, and I'm in early 40s right now. I don't know whether it is because of my hormonal imbalance or something. I'm entering into the menopausal stage. I don't know. I'm losing my patience towards my kid. So I feel very guilty if I behave very hardly to that kid. If I hit him, I was I was very strong that I'll be into gentle parenting. I will not hit my child. I will bring up my child in a disciplined way, in a gentle parenting. But gradually, I don't know how I entered into the phase. Like, I started hitting my child, and I yelling at my child. And gradually, my child is also adamant on his side. On his side, I don't know how to correct myself, and I don't know how to correct my kid also. Now, now I am fluctuating between the gentle parenting and Ambi and Rem, what to say, Ambi and Anni, and I'm just behaving like two split personalities, sometimes into gentle parenting, sometimes into the onion character. If I in the onion character, I hate myself. Why did I do to this to my child? So I don't know how to correct the, if he is adamant. Like, he is very interested in playing outside with the street boys, but I don't allow him to play with them, because initially I allowed him, but gradually I saw some changes within him. Like, his way of talking, everything has changed. Those boys are 6-7 years elder to him, so gradually that what to say, that the slang, everything has changed within him. So the point is, I don't know how to control him from, I don't know how to avoid that. And if I teach him, see, even though if you play with them, see, they are talking like this, you don't, please don't learn from them. But he's not at all listening. So gradually, if I keep on saying, he will not listen to me, and gradually I'll start yelling at him, and gradually I'll start hitting at him. So this is the point number one. Point number two is, my kid's character is, he's very repetitive. Like, if he likes something, if he's fond of some food, like he's very fond of paneer gravy, if I prepare it at home, he'll have it for 1 week. So same, if he likes one person, he'll be thinking the whole day, he'll be thinking of them, he'll be talking about them. Like, it'll go on like month, it'll take 6 months or 3 months, something like that. So if that person is wrong influencer, he get easily influenced by them. So I don't know how to correct them. The problem is, I don't know how to make him to listen my words. I tried gentle parenting, and I don't know how to correct myself. Thank you.
Yeah. So basically here I have noticed two things. One is, actually these problems are not like, I just can't tell you the solution in one word or one line, because these are behavioral issues, right? And these behavioral issues, I'll suggest, like, it would be better if you're taking if you're taking a personal session from me, so that I'll like, in a session I can make you understand in a proper way, because it takes a lot of time and knowledge to correct these things, because these are very sensitive issues. So one is the anger management thing, that things has to work from your side, and the other is your child. You need to understand that your child is in pre-teen stage. For us, it's like, for like 13 years, yeah, 13 years is a teenage for us, our generation. But now it is 7 to 8 years, kids are growing into teens. Please understand this. And now it's very important as a mother for you to take this, I would say, that session itself, because that session you will understand how to make a base. Because anyhow, if you don't tell also, see, peer pressure is like you can't control things. Today, these 10 people will be his friends, and tomorrow the other 20 people will be his. You don't have a control of whom the kid is meeting. You don't have a control over that. But what you can control is you giving a proper foundation of sex education to your child. Sex education in the sense, sex education, I have started giving it to my child. Sex education doesn't mean how sex happens. No, it has a stage by stage thing that has to take place for a particular age. From infant, like for my child, it's something like body parts, and the other thing is consent and things like that. Now for your child, it's very important for you to first understand the sex education, and then you imparting it is very important, very, very important. Because as you said, you are observing the changes. So if you give a positive foundation, you will not be afraid to let go of your child, because your child knows the boundaries and everything coming from you. Because if you don't start doing it, the world will do. And the world is not a good place. But if that things are coming from you in a positive way, how exactly things are, if you install it, if you install it already into your child's software, nobody else can change it.
Yeah, actually I started taking him sexual education like some 6 months back. He and his neighbor boy, though two people were watching beach girls in YouTube. So that boy was in 3rd standard, and my son was in 1st standard last year. So somehow that boy influenced him to watch beach girls in YouTube. So I came to know through my daughter. He told to my daughter that I used to watch beach girls in YouTube. It will be very fun. So I attended a sex education workshop, and through that I came to know that we have to teach the body parts and have to same general neutralizing. So I taught him, like, see, this is your private part, and the parts of the names of the parts and all that. And myself and my daughter too told that, see, we too have genitals, and this is the name of the genital and all that. So watching, nothing interesting in watching beach girls. See, mummy is also wearing the same bikini and panties. And my daughter too showed that, and I started changing my dress in front of my kid itself, so that he'll to normalize the body.
Yeah.
Curiosity and the body parts. So on the sexual side, I think I've taken a right decision. So now he's not watching the beach girls and all that, because he lost interest. So I in front of me, he at times he watch beach girls, and he'll give me a wicked smile, but I don't bother about it. Yeah, why don't you watch Beach Boy also? It will be also fun. So I'll be like taking like that. But the thing is, the problem is his aggressiveness, his adamant, and my anger. This is the three triggers which triggers both of us, and we lose our control. And after that, the end of the day, I feel very guilty that I behave badly towards my kid, and I lost my temper and all that. So that's the thing, that's the main thing which forced me to attend the parenting workshop, even though I have a well experienced in parenting. See, I have a 21-year-old daughter. So though I am attending the parenting workshop, because that I realized that I am doing some mistake on my part, and I want to correct myself. And at the same time, this is the right time to correct my kid in a right way, in a positive way, without hitting him or yelling him like that. Even everyone from my husband's side, and everyone tells me that you have to give him nicely. If he behaves like that, you have to give him nicely. Hitting is not very bad. Even I hit my daughter when she was young, because my age was, I was also too young, so I did that. But I felt that no, I don't want to do that the second time to this child. But ultimately, I don't know why I entered into the hitting phase and scolding, yelling, and all that. So I feel very bad about me, and I'm very much worried about my kid, and I don't know how he will take this hitting part, and it may reflect in his life if he grows up. So this is the problem from my side.
Yeah. So I would suggest you that, see, because as you have said, you have entered into 40s. Okay. So you need something to every day, like every day when you start your day, like every day will be a good mother only, but things turn up differently. So you have to invest time on yourself first. Self-care is very important because you have started you have entered into 40s. In fact, for every mother, self-care is very important, very, very, very important, because unless you feel good, you can't make others feel good. And you have to concentrate on your health. Your health is important because you have to take care of all this chaos, and you are the center of the family, because without the center, the house will be nowhere. Right? So you have to take care of yourself. Like, you have to spend some time on your thoughts, connect with your thoughts. So that is very important, where the things have gone wrong, how the things would have been improved, and things like that. You have to sit with yourself. First thing. Number two is, force creates resistance. Anyhow, you cannot make kids do anything by force or hitting or anything. Anyhow, that is not going to happen. Anyhow, that is not going to. Plus, it is creating negative things. Negative. The child, just understand that every time you're giving a negative emotion to your child is just going steps away from you. And when that happens, that's the real danger of he getting influenced by others. So
Yeah,
that thing.
Divya, I have a question. So is it like way that girl need to be treated in a different way, or we have to think of it as a boy? Like their emotions are different, and girls' emotions are getting different. So in that way, like, do we need to handle a girl in a different way or a boy in a different way, or like we have to be consistent? Like, so we are also like really getting stressed out or whatever maybe. Like, so how do we need to carry out with girls or boys?
So see, basically, when a child is born, okay, so apart from the biological changes, we all have the feminine and the masculinity within us. It's just that based on the environment, if a boy is, if a boy is exposed to surroundings where a mother talks a lot, expresses a lot, so the boy will be like that, a little girlish. But if a girl is exposed to adventure and the trekking and things like that, she'll be like a tomboy kind of thing. So we all have got that thing inside us. So what I say is, emotions may be different because of the different situations, but all emotions are important, especially the negative ones. They are the most important. So for the positive ones, even if you're not there, chalega. But for the negative ones, you have to be more cautiously dealing with them. So either it is a girl or boy, all emotions are important.
I have a simple question. So I have a newborn, like his age is just 6 months old. I have a daughter. She's 7 years old. So right now, like he's too early. So I want to give some time for my newborn baby as well. But sometimes what she's thinking, like these 6 years I was with her, I was pampering her. Like, so I spent most of my time with her. But now it is like I'm not able to spend some time with her. Like, so she's really getting irritated, and sometimes she even like, you're not spending time with me, so please spend some time. So sometimes what I'm doing is like I'm just giving my son to my husband so that he can take care of my son. But still, like she's like a bit adamant. So how can I handle her? So nowadays, like I have to like I'm concentrating her only more than my son. So how can I make her to feel better? Like some negative things I'm feeling like, so she's avoiding me. So
Yeah. So here the time management factors comes in. So first, like, you have to manage your time. The thing is, when there are two siblings now, so that is a positive thing actually. More than negative, it's positive.
Exactly.
So like you have to bond these two guys, these two people, so that you don't have to be the main entertainer. So like how you will do that? See, basically what happens now, when the younger child comes into picture, we start treating the elder child as a very elder child, like what to say, we expect him to understand, we expect the elder one to understand that mama is tired taking care of the baby. You are seeing mama that she's working so hard, she's so tired, she's sleepless. We start sharing such things with them. So poor fellow,
Exactly.
the elder one also is waiting for your love na. So they get
Exactly.
irritated, they get frustrated, even they want a mother, nobody wants to share a mother, right? So what you can do is start giving little time, like start with 5 minutes, and you start giving examples, like see your we both can do you do exercise with the elder one, so that you also feel good, and the elder one is also understanding, like, okay, mama is doing some activity with me. Okay, so in a way, when you're feeding the little one, when you're making the little one to sleep at night, it will take a lot of time for you to make the little one to sleep. So by the time you're feeding, let the elder child, you make that time as a time for you to speak to the elder child. Ask them, like, what you're expecting for the next day, what did you love from this day. So all these kinds of things, you make a rapport with the elder child. These are the times when you have to bond with the elder child. So once the elder child thinks that, yes, mommy likes to share things with me, because the smaller one doesn't understand these things, and you give that positive things, that see how well like actually the younger one loves when you do that funny faces or things like that. So this way you are making a bond between the two. So when you do this, once the things, let the elder one entertain the smaller one, like you don't have to force things that you take care. No, give them like give them options, like you can help mama doing this, or you can take, like you can just see that the baby doesn't fall off, yeah, things like that. Give small responsibilities and also appreciate for it. So the kid will enjoy being responsible. And once that bond starts, then you don't have to be the main entertainer. And eventually things will settle.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Divya. That's really a good advice, actually. So let
Thank you.
her explore that thing.
Yes,
Thank you.
exactly. Exactly.
All right. So I'm just so sorry to cut you off, guys, like this. It's just that few of them are dropping out of the session because But I just wanted to say before everybody drops out, saying that if you have any questions, or if you have any doubts that you want to talk about, Divya is always available, and I will send her handle, link her and give her details about her in the group chat where we have had the links and joined everybody there. So look out for that and do follow her, because it's not just gender neutral parenting, but there's so many topics regarding parenting. It's just not one or two, but there's so many things that we all can be benefited from. And you should actually totally follow her, and I will leave the handles and all the details about Divya, so that you have any questions, you can just drop a message to her.
Anytime. I'm super active in Insta, and you will get reply anytime. So you can just feel free to message me anytime. And also, like, if you like, I have a channel also, YouTube channel with the same name, Divya Sujan. So you can also like go through that channel as well. So yes, let's connect.
All right, then. So if you still have any questions which are not handled, you can just send the message to her and
Yes,
or me. So I'll make sure that it gets to Divya.
sure. So it was amazing, the session. I enjoyed interacting with everybody, and thank you, Padmaja. Personally,
No,
I
thank
loved
you
it.
so much. So thank you so much, because this concept is, this topic is very close to my heart, because have always faced this kind of, limitations while growing up, and I don't want that to our next generation. If we are not able to change our husbands or in-laws, I think we should at least give that, safe zone where they are able to grow freely. You know, I think we should be doing that for our next generation. That's why I love this, particular topic. That's the reason that I wanted to choose this topic out of anything else about it, about parenting. So, and thank you so much for everybody to, for participating here. And there are so many workshops that are happening, not just parenting, but also so many things that are happening. So if you want to register that, you can always do that. Okay, I'm not going to talk about it. We can always talk in the chat. So Divya, I'm going to leave your handles, and do let me know the link for your YouTube channel so that I can leave it to the, in the Instagram chats. All right, then. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Can we all say bye?
Bye. Bye, guys.
Hi, Sishan.
Thank you,
Bye, ma'am.
Risha.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Lots of love. Be safe.
All right. So Divya, I'll text you.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to end this session, so you should be able to recording. You're recording,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So you should be able to
Yeah.
download. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sneha. Thank you, Pooja. Bye bye.